Lee, he's coming in. Brother Lee will be here, and he's quite important for tonight. So you will soon know why he learned this technology really deeply. So he wants to explain it to us. He has a degree in biology, master's degree, and he's extremely excited about this technology, and he's sharing with people, very intelligent people, very business-minded people as well, and the healthcare practitioners dispatch and are getting very, very interested. He's a huge success with interest. And so he was learning all about technology, and he wanted to go really deep into it to make sure everything is just the way that it's been told, and he's just amazing. I had a private talk with him tonight, and I was just amazed how he can explain this technology to everyone. So I asked him to come and explain it to you tonight. But on previous video, we told to you with Steve that we are going to send some samples of Ice Wave to 5 people who will email us first. So I just want to say that Ice Wave came in, and we are going to be sending out these samples now. And I already have the 5 people. Of course, more emails came in, but I can only send to 5. So you will be getting your samples from us. There was like a complimentary. So you can try the Ice Wave because of that's how it helps pain. These are pain patches. And also, if you are here tonight because you heard about LifeWave from somebody else, okay? Like you heard it from maybe Mr. Lee or Kim or Sister Kim or Ramona or Manuel, or you heard it from somebody else, please make sure when you are signing up, you go under the person that introduced you to LifeWave. Okay, if you are here because you know us from a ministry and you heard it from us, then of course sign up with our link. So also you will be given my personal business line where you can text me anytime. And as far as I know, I will answer any question you may have. And if I don't know something, I have Jason, Shannon, Todd, Ashley. I have people that I can ask questions, and they're so ready to help me. And you are getting answered the same day, so you don't have to wait long. So with that, I want to welcome Jason. Jason, welcome. So you can tell people a little bit about yourself and LifeWave. We have some new people here and some already know you. So go ahead.
Okay, well, very good. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. I appreciate you and Stephen allowing me to talk to your team. And it's such an exciting time in the world of LifeWave. And it's just been such a blessing for my family already. I have a background. Well, prior to even getting into this type of a business, I spent 17 years working in corporate America for Fortune 500 companies, mostly in a software sales environment, mostly in the electronic health record space and selling in the hospital space. And then eventually moved into online entrepreneurship where, I just wanted to have a little more control over my future. And that all started back in 2010. Working for a health and wellness company. We built up at that point, a multi-million-dollar business that we had for a better part of a decade. And then there was there was a little bit of shifting in our space. And ultimately, there's about a 4-year gap between trying to figure out exactly where we needed to be. But it's funny. Sometimes timing is just an amazing thing. And so we came into LifeWave at a time where they're in a major growth mode. It's something to be very excited about. And, you've got a company that's been around for almost 20 years. We're in our 19th year. And in the last 3 years, the company has actually grown 1,500% in just about the last 3 years or so, 3.5 years. So you've entered into a company that is not only has state-of-the-art products that no one else has, and they're multifaceted. They're patented with over 180 patents. We're only 3 years into a 20-year patent, so we've got 17 years to basically enjoy selling in this space with no competition to what we have. We like to refer to this as a blue ocean opportunity. And the difference between a red ocean opportunity and a blue ocean, well, the red, there's a lot of blood in the water. And why is there a lot of blood in the water? Because there's a lot of hooks in the water. And that's kind of the wellness space. Everyone has a meal shake. Everyone has an energy drink. Everyone has their supplements that they have. There's thousands of companies out there that offer these things. And as people have their hooks in the water, the sharks come, and it just becomes a feeding frenzy, and everybody feeds on everything. It's a big mess, and I've bared witness to it, and how refreshing that we all are in a blue ocean opportunity where the only hook in the water is, frankly, is ours, as people realize what we have and what we offer. So that's, as an overall look, that's what makes me so excited about what we have our hands on at LifeWave, because we've got hundreds of people joining every month. I'm just talking about, our organization and y'all's organization. I mean, it's exciting. And so I just want to set the table, and that you're a part of something really special. It's very exciting. You've got tremendous leaders in Stephen and Yana, and you also have people that came in before that have decades of experience, a very, very successful experience in this space in terms of the direct selling world. And and so us and the Varvels and the Finnegans and the Hosiers, you're going to meet people over time, and you're going to see people over time, and just know that we all know where we're going, and the systems are in place, and all you have to do is plug in and learn. And if this is something that you want to do, if you want to create something from home, and have the potential for financial freedom, we've enjoyed that for in our entire kids' lives. They've not known any different. We got involved when my youngest, I got 3 little girls, and now they're teenagers. And when we got involved in this space, our youngest, Lainey, she was only a month old. And then the others were 3 and 5, and so that's, I was able to be around during their formative years, and certainly I've been grateful for it. And this is a time for rebuild. This is a time, and that's exactly what's happening. So now, as far as coming into LifeWave, I came in, hopeful that the opportunity might be something good, but I came in for the product. I had pain. I had hip pain. It was bad. I'm 53 years old. I'm a former collegiate soccer player, and played all my life. And so at 53, you start paying for some of these things. And my body was wearing down a little bit. I was hobbling around the gym. But how nice is it that literally, and it's not always this quick, but this is what happened for me. So I'm one of those stories. So in 2 days, my hip pain was gone completely. And it had bothered me for, better part of a few years, and it was gone in 2 days. Now, if I could tell you that the worst pain in your body is going to be gone in 2 days, I mean, I would want that for everybody. If they've got pain, right? It's gone. Sometimes it takes longer than that. Sometimes it takes weeks and even months. But what a blessing that we have answers. And in addition to that, my blood sugar was cut by a third in a month. I watched my A1C go from in the 9s to the low 6s in 1 month. And I've listened to my doctors tell me, that's incredible. What have you been doing? And so, these are all things I can prove. These are all things that are in my chart and on my graphs, and the stories that come out of it are just absolutely phenomenal. So that's kind of my quick story, but I'm excited about where we're going, and I'm happy to share, Yana and Stephen, on any level that you want me to share tonight. I'll be happy to do it.
Okay, well, how are you feeling now? You're feeling, how long are you in LifeWave, Jason?
Okay, so we've been in LifeWay. I feel fantastic, actually. And I'm a transplant patient, just to let you know that I've had a
Right.
kidney transplant. I was blessed with a kidney donor. back in 2015. So it was something that I had to take on with great caution, because you got your team of nephrologists that are like, well, wait, what are you doing? And I'm just like, this is something that I want to try. And so I pay close attention to my lab work, probably more than most. I mean, I go and get them done every few months, and just to make sure. And I've been especially obedient to that since I've been wearing something that technically had not been overly proven. And and it was pretty much anytime someone is a transplant patient, they just haven't tested it really thoroughly.
Right.
And so, but I also knew that if I wore them, I would watch my blood work, and I would watch my lab work for a period of months and months and months. And so I am, and it's perfect. It's like been phenomenal. Um, but we've been in for 7 months, and it's been a real blessing for us. And for those of you that are looking at the business, like, is this really something where we have moved into six figures with this business? So this is something that's real. I just want to say that in 7 months, you can move up to that level. I've seen people do it faster, and but I always say in this type of a business, if you knew that it was only a matter of time, would you ever quit? If you knew it was only a matter of time before your breakthrough and before you yourself found success, would you ever quit? And for me, the answer has always been no. I mean, I chased my wife for 4 years before she'd even go out with me. Okay. 4 years. I mean, if that's not a testament to persistence, that's just, some people are just like, I'm like that. So I don't, I just need to know that this is something that's viable, it's real. I can get behind the products, and because I got to have integrity with it. I got to believe in what I'm selling and what I'm doing. And then once you believe in that, and you're like, you're on board with the mission, and then you tie it to your own purpose, and then you just, what are the steps? Teach me, what do I need to do? And then you just tie in and go. And it is that simple. And this is a much more simple system than anything that we've done in the past. Some of the stuff especially the one we had for 10 years, much more complicated plan, and 100 products. Here you've got one that really has grown the company from 20 million a year to 45 million a month. One product, but we have 9 other patches that are phenomenal in their own right. But this is the one, the X39 stem cell activation patch. This is the one right here that this is how you make generational change in your family. This one right here. And so yeah, the journey's been phenomenal. We've got a lot of champions running with us. No one's running faster than Yana and Steven. So and when you're blessed with a team like this that is doing what you all are doing, all I can say is thank you, Lord. Thank you for blessing our business and allowing us to meet these amazing people. But it's just a matter of, what can I do for you? How can I
Hey,
help?
Jason, I have a question because there is a question in the chat. So I'm going to go right to the questions and some very basic facts, because our more extensive Zoom is actually Sunday at 8. It's more relaxed and longer. Now let's go to like really facts and questions. So we had Jose, he was asking, what is the cost to start, to being brand partner, and if he can call someone to help him personally. So the question is, yeah, absolutely, Jose, you can sign up and you will get a phone number where you can text me and we can arrange a personal phone call if that's what you need. But Jason, can you explain basics, how to get involved, and how to become actual brand partner, and what is the benefit of becoming a brand partner, like what levels you can come in and all of that?
Absolutely. Happy to share. There's a number of different ways that you can come in and be involved with the company. And I do recommend, if you think you might want to share or earn I would definitely come in as a brand partner. A minimal I'd come in as at silver. And silver is a good place to come in if you're not positive that, hey, I think I'd like to do this. I'd like to be involved. Silver's, that's $299, but you get 3 sleeves. A sleeve is a 1 month supply. So you could have a sleeve for your spouse, a sleeve for yourself, and an extra between you, or maybe give it to bless somebody, or maybe even sample if you're looking to build a little bit and share what you have. But $299 for the silver bundle is a good way to get involved. Now, we like to say we have a good, better, and best way of getting involved. So that's good, the silver. Better is the gold, and the gold is $499. You get 5 sleeves of X39 plus 1 extra free sleeve of one of the legacy bundles, one of the other patches. So you get a total of 6 sleeves, and that is fantastic. Now, with both of these memberships, you're going to get discounts on the pricing. So the normal pricing is $149 a sleeve. But at these pricings, you get them for less than $99. You actually get them for $89 as you come in as per sleeve, because it includes the membership too, which is $25. So that's included in that number. And so those are both really good ways to come in. From a commission standpoint, that's also setting up your commission level for when you sell products. So at silver, you're at 10%. At gold, you're at 15%. There's another level of platinum and diamond. I'll explain diamond to you, because that's typically, if you're not going silver or gold, people typically will go to the diamond level. And that's when they're really like, I really want to do this. I want to have a good chunk of product so that I have plenty to test and share. And so the diamond level is $1,599. So it's $1,599. You get 16 sleeves of X39 plus 3 free sleeves of X39. So you get 19 total sleeves. Now, keeping in mind when I'm telling you about these sleeves, you can edit and change sleeves in your order. So you don't have to do all X39, but I would also keep in mind, even though it is by far the most popular patch, it is also
Sorry
it is
about that.
also
Jason, can you unmute? I apologize. I accidentally muted you because there's so many coming in.
yeah, I got you. Thank you.
One thing I'll quickly say, we've already topped 50 people tonight that are joining. They're still coming in left and right. I do want to say, for those of you that are just now just coming in, we are going to also be going into the products, 2 of the products tonight, testimonials, the science behind it, and the business. I'm going to share some things that Jason shared with me that really helped me out a lot in understanding things. So we're going to be doing some of that tonight. We're going to be a little bit longer on this one. We are recording, but so just bear with us. If you're here for different reasons, product, whatever, we're going to get to those subjects, and we'll also go to your questions. So please just bear with us. Go ahead, Jason.
All right. Well, and those are so I went through the silver. I went through, silver's $299 for 3 sleeves. Gold is better at $499 for 5 sleeves plus 1 free one. And then best is diamond with 16 sleeves and 3 free ones for 19 total. And at diamond, I will also say that you earn 30% commission at diamond. So 10% at silver, 15% at gold, 30% at diamond. And so those are the primary levels that typically people will come in at. And so those are the ones that I recommend, and that we all tend to recommend if you're looking at the brand partner. It's such a good business, and it gets you set up with your virtual office and get you into the system. And then we basically we help you get trained up and help answer your questions. And then, we like to say this is a earn while you learn business. So I would encourage you to not come in and feel like you have to know everything before you actually take some action steps and get started, because I mean, it's obviously it's science, there's a lot of science involved. And if you feel like you have to know every ounce of the science before you before you even so much as talk to somebody about it, you're really going to be waiting a long time, because I I know a lot, but I don't know as much as some of the people that I've seen on calls. And but I move a lot of product and bring a lot of folks into the business, because you don't have to know everything. I mean, it's good to be curious, but it's better to be in action if you're looking for financial freedom. And the business I was a part of for 10 years, believe me, I didn't know, the knowledge pool was shallow enough, I'll put it that way. And we moved plenty. So just be curious, but be in action, have goals, and we'll help you meet them. And you're going to find yourself having a lot of fun here.
When you hear the testimonies, how people's lives are transformed, they're getting results, their spouses, their children, their parents, their friends are getting results. Like that's what sold me on X39, and that's what even made us to come into this business, is that I had very good response and quite quick response. Not everybody has it. Somebody had to wait a little longer, but for me, it was absolutely miraculous, and I was absolutely blown away. So I had to share it with the friends. I had no other option. And we have a question in here. Do you use any kind of scripts to introduce this business? The lady here says she had a chance to speak with a doctor, but she really didn't know how to introduce it. So, Jason, I would like some tips, because you are so experienced. But what I usually do is I have on my phone ready, thisisit.info.com. Again, it's thisisit.info.com. And I pull it up on my phone with whoever I am speaking with. I say, did you hear of the patches that activate your own stem cells to renew and to renew your tissues, your organs, and to repair the damages in your body? So if you are interested, let me pull up a website for you. Thisisit.info.com. Now, what happened, I was in a vitamin shop, and I was just getting my liposomal vitamin. That's all I was getting. And we got chatting with the cashier over there. We told him about the patches. We asked him if he ever heard about that. He said he never heard about this, but that he's very interested. And I immediately pulled up thisisit.info.com, and he took my phone and he was looking through that website immediately. And he was so interested. So I gave him my phone number and told him he can text me. And as soon as he's ready, I am available to explain more about it. So that's kind of my introduction. And then I speak what I went through, my own personal testimony, or testimony of some friends, or testimony of people I saw online. And this is how I am introducing this product. How about you, Jason?
Yeah, I've got a number of different things that I've sent to people, and a couple of them sound kind of familiar, Miss Yana, to what you were just sharing. So sounds like we've got some of the same mentors in the business, right? But there's so many different ways, guys. I can tell you that I've gotten responses from writing something as simple as, "Hey, what do you know about stem cells?" And it's opened up conversations with people. Like even something as simple as that, like so basic. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know, just, but you have to go to Mexico and pay 20 grand to go and get some therapies, that's all I know." And that's led to conversations. So you'd be surprised at how little you really have to share. But typically I'll share something like, and I can't find the one that I'm looking for some reason. Things got, let's see, let me, I've got a welcome one right here. If they've reached out, I say something along the lines of, I appreciate your interest in the stem cell activation patch. The X39 has been so good for us, and you would not believe the stories. You can learn more about how it works here. This is at info.com. And I send that to them. And I said, and then I'll say something like, let me know when you've been on it for 10 minutes, because it'll take them a little bit of time to look around the site. But I try to put it back into their hands, and then when they follow up, I can send them basically my ordering site where they can come on and get some enrollment packs and get set up for either the silver, gold, or diamond bundle, and we'll have some conversation in there. But and there's a couple other ways that I'll do it, and forgive me because it let's see. Yeah, I think something might have gotten. Yeah, and if they've reached back out to you, I say, hey, I see you're interested in the patches. We're doing an informational webinar, and we always have, there's always different informational webinars. Typically, frankly, they're nightly. I mean, you've got opportunities nightly, and I don't know, Stephen and Jan, I know you've got a couple a week that you do, probably more than that, but I can tell you that the rest of LifeWave also has, we've got our typical team ones Tuesday and Thursday, and we're going to do them Sundays as well. And then you've got, the Merits, who kind of are the fastest growing in history, and, they are, they're significant builders, that they do the Monday, Wednesday, and then they do a Friday at noon one. So, and then the Saturday training, we both have Saturday trainings, 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. So there's plenty of opportunity to plug in. So when I say, hey, I seen you're interested in the patches, we're having an informational webinar on how incredible these are. You'd be available for 30 minutes on blah, blah, blah. So it could be, you could use it, any of the ones, or you can, obviously you guys will have your team schedule that you probably have set up. So you just push them to the one. And if it's not for the Zoom, I like to bring people onto the phone. I like to say, hey, when do you have 5 or 10 minutes to talk to me? I like to take it off text and get the voice to voice. Now, I'm 53. So if I'm talking to somebody that's 2022, they may not want to do that because it's just a different generation. They just assume keep it to text. And I'm okay with that too. But I do like to make it voice to voice when I can. Voice text is good too, so they can hear the excitement in your voice as opposed to just seeing your text. That's a very good thing to learn, especially if you've sent out 50 texts to people and you're not getting much back. You might go ahead and just kind of, pick 10 of them and start voice texting. Give them a 30-second text. And that's
my son is 20, and he did not want to wear a patch for the longest time. He didn't want anything to do with it. When he saw my transformation, mother is so important in a family, right? So when mama started cooking again, and when I started being back to normal life, it kind of got his attention, and he's like, wow, mom, this patch is really helping you. So he's only 20, so he doesn't have many physical problems in his body. And now he just, he got into this business. He's telling me, look, I want to do this, and I'm going to wear a patch. I want to start working out. So X49, X39, X49, that's for stamina and a workout. It has a lot of other benefits. And he is already, he's building it now as a young 20-year-old. So he's doing a lot of texting with his friends about it. So yes, you're right, Jason. They will be texting each other, and then they're on Discord, this new generation, and doing all kinds of stuff like that. But the main thing is get to your friends, get to your family, and you are helping people. So while you are helping people, you are being rewarded for the time you're putting in. So I think that's amazing. Jason, this Saturday is a convention. It's a virtual convention there is a ticket. It's a $99 ticket. I purchased it for me and Steve. So you know about that. Can you tell about that to people? Because I'm very, very excited. The inventor will have some brand new technology again. I don't know what he's bringing us, some type of a surprise. So you can kind of tell people about that particular event.
By the way, Lee Holt is in the house.
Excellent, thank you. So go ahead, Jason, and then we will switch to Lee.
Okay, sounds good. Well, yes, the national convention is this Saturday, which is very exciting. This is actually a virtual convention. So the only ones that are actually technically getting together this time around are the ones that are doing all the presenting and the executives and the upper level leaders in the business. And so they'll be heading down to Florida, I believe, and doing, and basically putting it all together and sending it out to everybody nationally. It's a really great opportunity to get your ticket. They're only $99. Get your ticket, and whether it's from your house or whether you buddy up and maybe you got people in the area, we're going to have people over at the house. So we always try to do that. If we're not actually there, then we do it, we get on virtually and make sure that we get everybody in the area that we can that is interested in growing this business. And we make a day of it, maybe even have a carry-in or order pizza or have a grill, have a cookout or do something. But, this will be a full day of training. They're basically taking a couple of days of training and they're going to push it all into one big, huge Saturday. So it's going to go literally from, I believe it's 9 or 10 a.m. and it's going to go, into the mid to late evening. And but it's going to be so good. You're going to get trained by the doctors. You're going to get trained by the upper levels. You're going to get educated. So there's people, sometimes they like to hear from people like me that are more the business minded people, and typically the type that like to scale the businesses. And then there's going to be the genius doctors that have actually created these and invented these products. And all the other doctors that are a part of it all, and everywhere in between. So everyone has something of value to bring to the table, and you're going to be getting messages from the best of the best in this business, the ones that have moved this company to where it is. I mean, we came in as it's blowing up, so it's pretty exciting. And all we have to do is work the system and share the message. But this is an opportunity to be taught by the people, by the originals. And so I would make, and don't put it the test to your mind. Take plenty of notes, take copious notes. Even if you do get together, I might encourage you to buy a ticket, because then you get like an extra 3 or 4 days, maybe 3 to 5 days of extra time to actually go through the video content. So that's up to you, but I would definitely make a point to be a part of that. I do like the idea of going over to people's houses because it takes you out of your own setting and you can really concentrate. That's always the best part. I've been a part of company events for a long time, and I rarely missed, almost never. And you always get things from it. It's actually more fun when you're there. I mean, I like that part of it, but you could make it fun in your homes too, especially if you gather. But, it's kind of like the cement, there's the bricks of the business that build it. But this, the special moments that you share at these types of events are the cement between the bricks. It just holds it all together. It's the culture. It's the positivity. There's really a lot to be said for being around like-minded people, because you get a lot. There's a lot of stuff that can come in your ear from everybody else. It could be your family, it could be friends, it could be just people that, they're not on board with your mission and they express it, and it bothers people. But when you get into those places, it's all positivity, it's all excitement. It's not a rah-rah session. I mean, there is some of that, I'm sure, but there's something to be said for being around like-minded people that are on the same mission as you.
Yes, Jason, do you have ability to drop us on a chat how people can get to that convention on Saturday? The link
I'll see
for
if there's
them?
a link. Yeah, let me go look for it while Lee's talking, and yeah, I'll mute out.
Okay, so I'm going to turn to Lee now. We have Mr. Lee here with us. He's signed under us, and just an amazing gentleman. I have been in many conversations with him. He is very interested in this product. He's also one of these people we signed him up, and he just had these immediate results for his health, and he's amazed. And I have found out just by conversing with him, he has degree in biology, masters, all the way to masters, and he was so interested in how this product works. And he just explained it to me today beautifully. We agreed on our hypothesis, but then also on some facts. So I asked him if he would be so kind to tell us today a little bit what how he understands the product. Lee, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, and also, Lee, I want to say to everybody that Mr. Lee is talking to so many people. He's just really working this product so well. And Lee, were you ever in any network marketing? Because you're doing so well. I'm so impressed.
Well, it's like what Jason was talking about earlier. I was in the red ocean once before with a product called Zango.
Oh,
It's a long story, but it was not. I really worked hard in that, but it was very hard to do well in it. So actually, I quit. But this is definitely a blue ocean opportunity, as Jason mentioned. There's no other product on the earth like it, and we've got that sole patent for what is it, 17 years, whatever he mentioned. So nobody else can do it. It's ours. It's ours to either drop the ball or take it and run with it. And so that's what I'm doing, is trying to take it and run the ball, run with it, because I saw myself through through my personal reaction of how the patch worked on my body and all the positive results it created. And as a result, that's why I'm fired up about trying to help other people. Yes, I want to make some money, but as much as anything, especially my friends, my brothers and sisters at church, as well as my other inner circle of friends, I just am more interested in helping them to feel better and to get better. And then later on, if the money comes, so be it, and I'll enjoy it. But I primarily do it because I like to help people. And that's kind of the short story on why I'm doing this after I found out how much it helps me.
that's wonderful. I love the way you speak, Lee. So we were chatting today about technology in this, and you have a degree in biology, master's degree, and very specific science and biology, very specific department. But can you tell us how you understand the product works? Because some of the people, they just know it works, they like it, they like just a little bit of technology, but they like what it does for their body and they're ready to go. But some of the people are just more interested in how this works. So can you explain that?
Yeah, Jenna, I'll do my best. I'll explain it to you. Let me back up. My bachelor's degree was in forestry resource management, which had a lot of botanical studies in it, and then my master's was in entomology, which is the study of insects, and totally different biological system than human beings. But in my early years in college, I always gravitated towards biology, biochemistry, and that type of thing. So I've always had an interest in things of this nature. And when I saw this, and I saw the stem cell production and how it's created, I wanted to kind of do a little bit of looking into how this works. And so basically, what I would say to somebody if I were and it could be simpler than this because it's not going to be complicated. But what I generally say after I've explained to them, it's a really ingenious technology. It's new, and we have an opportunity to really do well in a new industry such as this, I just simply tell them, this is a patch that reflects the infrared light spectrum back into the depths of the skin. This would be similar to a product to the production of a vitamin D, which when our skin is, exposed to sunlight. Now, some of the same principles of the patch, the sunlight in the skin is pretty much the same principle as the patch. So the patch reflects the infrared light into the layers of skin. Then there's a cytochrome C oxidase, which provides energy to the copper peptide containing 3 amino acids. And I'm getting here, Jan, I'm getting more complicated than we need to. It can be simplified, but I'm just throwing this
Okay.
out because
People like
just
it,
go
Lee.
ahead.
Okay. Well, this copper peptide contains 3 amino acids, which I think are glycine, lysine, and histidine. And it has a strong attraction due to the outer electron shell of this peptide. It has a strong attraction to copper atoms. Now, when the we're just going to call it a copper peptide because it's a copper atom attached to this peptide. So we'll just call it copper peptide. So when this copper peptide is activated, it is then stimulated. It then stimulates the production of over 4,000 genes. Now, one of those genes, which is key, is the P63 gene. It is the specific gene that is responsible for the reactivating stem cells, which is so crucial for those of us who are aging older, because as we age, the production of stem cells can decrease by as much as 90% at 60 years of age. Now, I believe this is correct, but don't quote me, but I do know it's a very large percentage of reduction by that age. David Schmidt has that information, and I failed to write it down when he explained that, but I do know it's a high percentage that drops, even at 30. And then when you get to hit 60, like I already have done, it's really dropped. So I guess to sum it up, a simple explanation is this. So as we age, all these biochemical processes, which is the copper peptide production, the gene expression, and the stem cell activation all slow down. That's where the X39 patch comes into play. It's reflective, or I personally think refractory properties, which is where it actually changes the light, the light waves. And that's why I think we have these different patches, but you can't quote me on that. That's just my own personal feelings. But anyway, this reflection of the light back into the skin excites the production of these copper peptides that were becoming dormant due to our aging. So due to aging, thus containing, let's see here. Okay, so I wrote some notes and I keep reading my own notes here. But anyway, so we got the chain reaction. Okay, I've got it now. So these things become dormant due to aging. Thus, okay, but it continues. But what happens is the chain reaction of the gene expression being reinvigorated, primarily the P63 gene, which stimulates stem cell production, which we all know renews much of the body's functions to a younger stage by developing into different cell types wherever they are needed to renew or replace damaged cells. And essentially, that's what I tell people. I was trying to write it in a way so I could explain it to everybody, but I was kind of reading as I did. I usually just say it by memory, but I wanted to make sure I had everything covered. But you can really simplify that into just one simple paragraph if you want to when you're telling other people about it, because most of the time that simple explanation of the patch reflects light back into the skin, which produces copper peptides. Those copper peptides then reactivate, rejuvenate genes. All those genes, the P63 is the primary gene that's responsible for producing the stem cells. And of course, then you go on and on about the stem cells, how they work on damaged organs or cartilage or collagen in the skin, brain fog, anything that that person is talking about having problems with, you can address it in that direction. And that's kind of how I do it.
Oh, that's amazing, brother. Thank you so much, Lee. This was amazing presentation. Thank you. So for those of you who want to know how this truly works, he explained it very well. And that's Lee. That's one of our distributors. He's directly under Steve and me, and he's basically very, very excited. And we have others too. And I want to remind you that if you signing up people and you need help, we are open to private Zooms with only your group, your people. Let's say there is one sister that texted me today. She has 11 people lined up. And as soon as she coordinates a date, we're gonna have only private Zoom only for her to help her people to sign up under her. So what else can you do? You can, those of you who can purchase more patches and you want to send some samples to people, that's a very good approach. So that's just another way. What you can do when you are approaching people is give them some samples as well. So they see how it looks, how it feels, and then you can explain and give your presentations. So I want to give you my text the number that you can call, not call, but text me. Don't call me because I would get so many calls, but if you text me, you will get my attention and I will ask you if you're under us or under who you are so I can help you out. You know, it's a very ethical business. So I want to make sure that those of you here, there's somebody else or one of our distributors introduced you, make sure that you're signing up under that distributor, okay? So Steve, do you have available in I can't ever remember my phone number for business line.
Yes, I can definitely get that one
So
moment.
if you can say that, that's okay. They can just feel free to text me, say it's about X39, Yana, I was on a Zoom, I have questions, I want to sign up, or I am under that distributor and I need some help. So we are all here to help you with products and information on a product. If there is something we don't know, guess what? We are texting Jason or Shannon or Todd or Ashley. Also, I saw Manuel here. Now I want to tell you, brother Manuel, he is our sponsor. He got me and Steve in, and what was his approach to us was he knew that Steve is sick with his spine, and he was sending him patches. And he said, brother, I just want you better. You know, and I believe in this product, and please just wear those patches. I want you better. And Steve was just patching me. He was patching himself, but with his free patches, he was patching me, and he had no idea that, and I had no idea that I'm gonna feel better. And we started, you know, that happened in August, and we were not regular. We didn't even believe in it. We had no idea what this is, but then this happened. We had the results, and it got our attention. Now I wish we listened to Brother Manuel in August. You know,
Yeah.
he had to wait all the way till December till he got our full attention. It's like, brother, what is this? I'm feeling better. You know, so don't wait, because believe me, people are hearing it. They will hear it from other people if you don't tell them.
Well, here's the thing. I was hard-headed. And, but when I saw it work on my wife, that's when I realized that don't rob someone else. You really will feel bad about that part, I can tell you, because I didn't realize that there's a lot of people that get very rapid results. And so I can't encourage you enough. And I can tell you, especially when you have a success with using any of the products, it's not just X39, whether it's X49, or if it's you know, the Ice Wave or Aeon or the Sleep Nights or the Energy. I mean, the products are just so amazing, and everything I've used works, everything. And you know, I regret not knowing and doing something earlier. Both my aunts were here the other day. They're in their 70s. And my youngest aunt, she's only 71, but she already has early stages of dementia, asthma. She's had 2 spinal surgeries. They want to do a third, and her cut is from the base of her neck all the way down to the bottom end. I asked her, I said, Aunt Debbie, I said, are you in pain? Do you suffer pain with this? She goes, oh, Lord, Steve, she says, you have no idea what I'm going through with this. I said, even now? She said, even now. And I put an ice wave on her. I put it on there. I set it right there in the middle of her spine there, where the pain was. Put it in the, because you have like a clock method, but I went ahead and put it at the top. Asked her about, I don't know, 15 minutes later, or 30 minutes later, she's getting ready to leave. And I said, Aunt Debbie, I said, hey, by the way, do you still have that pain that you had earlier? She stopped. She goes, oh, Lordy, Stephen. She says, you got to be kidding me. She said, I don't have any pain. I said, 0? She said, 0. I said, it's very subtle the way it works. And I told her the X39, I said, none of the patches heal. All these patches are using your body, assisting your body so that your body can do what it was meant to do. And I told her about the testimonies of people with dementia, etc. She got so excited, and I had enough for a couple of weeks for her. I give it to her. I put the X39 on her. I said, put it on. She called me up today, or I guess this morning, and she said, I can't thank you enough for caring about us to want to help us. And of course, she told me, she said, I can pay for it myself, though. I said, well, Aunt Debbie, I said, listen, that's fine. I said, you girls got a little thrift store anyway. I said, shoot, you guys may even make a little bit of money promoting it. She said, well,
Can y'all
sure,
hear me?
we'll do it. So, yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna ask a question on the SP6 for my mother.
Yana's the brains. You guys the question, brother.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, what kind of results have they had on that?
Well, the SP6, I am using it now, and the SP6 is for hormonal balancing and for sugar control and hunger control, so that what appetite control, I would say. So it is definitely helping you to lose weight, but I like it myself for hormonal balancing. I was on a bioidentical progesterone, and that's what I was balancing my hormones with. We all have imbalanced hormones. It's interesting, but we have xenestrogens that we consume from plastics. And whether you are male or female, you have hormonal imbalance. But SP6 is exactly for hormonal balancing, and it is for sugar cravings and appetite control.
Okay. Now, is that just for females, or is that also balancing out male hormones?
It's all hormones, even male
Okay.
hormones. Yes, because it is such a bias. We always think of females when we talk about hormonal imbalance, but believe me, men are hormonally imbalanced as well. And they need some hormone balancing, and men can have sugar cravings.
Never. This is
So
false.
would that increase the testosterone in a man as far as the hormones?
Yes.
Okay.
It will.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
In fact, that there is a lot of men that are reporting that, no, I don't know how I can talk about this here. It's kind of all private, but don't want to.
I think X39 also helps your body to go in that direction as well. I guess it would be depending on the situation, the condition that's causing those issues. I know that for me, I use X39 and cornicine both together. And, I call that the side effect. So, I did not anticipate that to be something that would be that, you get a benefit from on there. We ought to put
No.
Jason on that one there. Maybe he knows more about this.
Jason, why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, now the cortisone, is that,
It doesn't hurt.
has that got something to do with the glutathione?
No,
Oh,
carnosine is a second most powerful patch right after X39 actually. And when they are used together, it's a powerhouse. And carnosine is very good for your cognitive function, for brain memory. That's like truly and healing of the wounds. So it's a very good complement to X39. Steve is wearing the dual. I'm wearing X39 carnosine. I'm wearing SP6. These are my 3-day patches as of now, and my night patch is an Aeon patch. But remember, I became a diamond. We started as silvers, and within a week, we just upgraded to diamond. When we saw benefits, when we researched it, I said, no, we gotta be diamond. And you get 19 sleeves and you get to pick and choose. So I got to try all kinds of them. And I picked up my favorites. But yes, carnosine, highly recommended also for those who need to control blood sugar. So X39 carnosine, powerful duo.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Jason, you want to talk about hormones?
Do I want to talk about what?
Hormones.
Oh, yeah. Not on any high level, but I will tell you that, when you're resetting 4,000 genes by jumping on the X39 and everything is conducive to youth and reverse aging, I can just tell you that certain things that may have started going out the window have suddenly flown back into the window. And most of the time, I think that's a pretty good thing. So it's just one more thing to be excited about. And I'm constantly finding out new things about some of these patches, like the Aeon patch, for example. That's become one of my favorite patches. Like after the X39, it's probably my favorite because it just gives you this calm, and it's almost like a Zen calm, and it's phenomenal. And I'll keep wearing it even after I go to bed because it just gives you this chill right into bed. And personally, I personally don't use the sleep, the patches for sleep. I just, I'll keep the Aeon on and it'll keep me going. So, but yeah. There's so many good things about this company. We're just starting to, the other thing I would say is, well, I don't want to change the subject or anything, so I'll just send it right back to you.
Well, when it comes to sleep patch, I tried it and I wasn't like second day, Steve really got hooked on it. He cannot be without the sleep patches. That's his patch. Mine is Aeon. But what I researched about sleep patches is that it takes sometimes a week or 10 days to completely renew your circadian rhythm. If you know what circadian rhythm is, and I have an accent, so I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but circadian rhythm, your sleep and wake cycle. So we have it totally imbalanced as humanity, and that sleep patch is balancing that out. So if you cannot see that or feel that it helps you first, second night, I heard that by using it regularly, it will actually rebalance your circadian cycle. For me, it is definitely Aeon patch or Aeon or how you say that one. That one is my night patch that I will not be without. 1 hour before I go to bed, I put it on and it calms me down. It has that kind of feeling. on me. Like personally, that's what I found out. Aeon is for me. That's my night patch. And what Aeon also does, it's not only for stress and calmness, but it's also for inflammation. And if you know that your body's illnesses, the base of the illness is inflammation. Everything is inflammation. So you want to bring the inflammation down. And this is exactly what Aeon patch does. Part of my PTSD was that I started bone pain and muscle pain, and I actually went into bone pain, kind of type of arthritis that I could not in the morning make a fist. I don't know if some of you are going through it, but fist was very hurtful and I couldn't do it. And it took some time for me to work my hands, and I'm a pianist as well. So I was very, very afraid of what's going to happen to me. Well, now, and I'm wearing Aeon at night, I'm wearing X39 during the day, carnosine during the day. In the morning, I get up and I forget I have fingers because they just don't hurt no more. So it's just what patch has done for me. Anyway, what next you want to talk about, Steve? So we're
I
not
think
2
what we
hours.
need, yeah, we want to keep moving along because we are in that, we've already topped over just over an hour now. I would like, I know you went ahead and spoke about Aeon and SP6, which were the two patches that we were going to talk about tonight. You do have a couple of videos up. And the only other
Play
thing
the
that I would,
video by Schmidt, how to place SP6. If somebody's interested for a hormonal balance, he has a very short video because that one you have to know where to place it. Okay, and it's a very short video, so you can play that for them.
all right, we'll go to that. And then, and I do want to take, we've been having people join in all night long. We've been staying over 50. We've probably hit as high as about 75, 80 people tonight. So glad that you guys
And
are
quickly,
able
let's
to
talk
jump
about
in.
back office. We can bring my
I'm
son's
gonna
back
go into
office.
that. I'll go into that
Mhm.
after we play the video here. So let me just quickly get this video going for you guys. And I think that's, let's see. Not sure which one it is. Oh gosh, let me go back and find it again. Okay, it's this one.
Pardon me.
And here we go. Okay, I got the right one. Here we go.
How do I put him back? Check.
Oh, sorry guys, hang on for some reason. Oh, I see why I have the audio off.
Hi, everybody. We're going to be talking about the SP6 patch now. And if you want a great way to control your appetite and to control those sugar cravings, you want to use SP6. Of course, we're always going to recommend that you use SP6 with moderate exercise and a sensible diet to maximize your results for weight loss. Now, where are you going to apply this patch? Well, we're going to be using points that are in acupressure are known to help suppress the appetite. So you're going to get some great benefits from doing this. And these points are really easy to find. They're both located on the left leg. And the first point is located 4 finger widths just above the ankle bone. This point is also especially easy to find because most people are going to find this point very, very sensitive to the touch. So the way to find that is to take your 4 fingers, place them just above the ankle bone, and it's going to be that point right there. And if you apply some pressure, you're going to find that that's very sensitive, and that's how you know that you found the correct point. Now, I would recommend using that position 3 days a week, alternating every other day. The second point that you can use is located just below the kneecap, and that's also an easy point to find. You're simply going to go 4 finger widths just below the kneecap, and it's this point over here on the outside of the leg. A second way to find this point is to simply drag the index finger up the leg until you hit the
This prophetic
depression.
word is called bombshell after bombshell will reveal the traitors in your
And then you
nation.
would be placing.
When I heard this prophetic word and when he names them and when he was naming it,
Hang on,
just
we
so
got,
powerful because God and
somebody
Gideon is
with a
revealing
live
to us,
mic.
we've had many traders in our midst and we had no idea.
One
This is the
second.
time where God is giving us its encouragement.
Try to mute all these as fast as they come in. I apologize, guys. So here we go again.
SP6 patch at that location. So you can use any of the locations that are indicated in our instructions and alternate between them to find the ones that work best for you. And best of luck on using this system to help control appetite and achieve weight loss.
Okay.
Now, if
So,
you
very
notice, that
good.
was the wonderful thing. It does weight loss as well as controlling appetite, not just
And
balancing.
hormonal balance.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and get the back office ready while you're talking to folks here for a moment. So go right ahead.
Okay, so now Steve will bring up Ethan's back office to show you those of you who are new, and I'm sure your first days in a week and 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you might be a little confused. You don't know how this works. So I think he wants to show you, because this is a two-leg system, okay, or binary system where you have two legs, and one is power leg, the other one is a little weaker leg, but actually some people call these two power legs. It depends on you. You have to really keep switching it. And some people ask, well, how do we switch legs? So can you show them, Steve, how to switch
Keep
legs in the back
talking for a
office?
moment, please. I've got a little bit more to take. I'm only I'm one of those hen peckers,
Oh, okay, okay.
so it takes me a
I
little
gave you
longer to type
password and
all this.
everything, right? So you should have that. Does anybody have any questions? Ramona, you have a hand up, so can you bring her up for questions, Steve? You can unmute yourself.
Oh, hi, Yana. I just was wondering if we could get your business phone so we can text you.
Yes, it is in the chat, but it is 321 area code 305-2991. Again, it is 321-305-2991. If you text me, you say it's about X39 and you have a question, I'll answer the same day, pretty much. And I can arrange even a phone call, personal Zoom call. If I don't know anything or something that you're asking specific and I'm not sure, I'm going to contact my upline, Jason here, Shannon, Todd, Ashley, Manuel, whoever, and they're immediately helping.
Okay, before we go into we're gonna go to questions next. I just wanted to share a couple of important things for you guys. Especially, some of you are starting to get active, very active in there. And there's an important thing to understand. If you'll notice, Ethan, our son, is 84% to manager. So he's very close to making manager at this point, which is going to qualify him. If I'm not mistaken, he could earn up to, is it 1,500 or so? I don't know what that is. I'll let somebody else deal with that later. But anyway, you get into a new category of earnings, and people are still jumping in, so please forgive me. All right, but here's the thing: in order to become manager, you need to have 2 silvers on your right leg, 2 silvers on your left leg. Your system is already defaulted to your right leg. So let's say you, like, for example, we did a Zoom meeting recently for Dr. Darnell, and she had about 10 people or so in the Zoom meeting. And I know some of these people were very interested as distributors, not just product. And some people are just, seriously, they're interested in the product. They're not interested in distributorship regardless. But if you were to have 2 people sign up as silvers, you need to be able to move your leg to the left side so you can get the next 2 to go to the left side. what you do, if you'll notice right here where Ethan's name is, you click on the name, your name. Okay, you're gonna go scroll over here to change settings. And Jason, if I'm doing this wrong, you make sure you stop me. You're gonna scroll down once you get to that page there. And you can see now he's on build left already because I think he already has his on the right. That's why he's at 84%. So in that case, if you were switching, let's say if you were already on build right, then you would switch it to build left. And then you just, once you do that, it's automatically saved. You're done. You don't have to hit a save button or nothing like that. You can go back about your daily life with that. Another thing that's important to know how to do, and is if you go to organization, and let's say you want to kind of know what's going on, you got a friend that you're trying to help, they've signed up, and you want to get an idea of how they're doing, you can go down to either the binary tree viewer or the enroller tree viewer. I kind of like the enroller tree viewer. I like both, but what that does, it lines up those people beside in a row there, and you can hover over those people, and that would tell you, you know, who the, you know, what's going on there. Basically, what I kind of like that for is, for like in this case here, when I hover over Ethan's name directly, let's see, he's got personally sponsored 3 people, and that's what it does. It lines up those people he sponsored. If your people are just customers, and or preferred customer, whatever the case may be, you can see that when they go across there, or if they are, if they're in there as a distributor, it'll tell you what they are in there. The reason why I kind of like this is one friend of ours that's got a radio broadcast that's also signed up. I didn't know if he needed help, so I was able to go to his name, click on it, and then he had like 14 people popped up underneath him already. But they were everyone customers. So I know that it's helping him. He's earning income from retail sales. But as of yet, those customers have not, none of the customers have actually become distributors. Now he's actually doing a Zoom meeting this coming weekend, so he's already making the moves, getting ready for that. I just wanted you to be able to see how to do that. And then one last thing is resources. When you go to the resources, and I hope this is not too overwhelming as I'm doing this here, but like product training guide, for example, you've got PowerPoints in your own back office, European English, you pop it up there, and voila, you've already got, the company gives you so many tools to work with. There's even a section on do's and don'ts, what you should say, what you don't say type thing. This one here, I like it because it goes into all the different patches, where to place them. That's the other great thing, like the energy enhancer, it's a 2-patch system, just like the ice wave, shows you right, a graph right there where to place them. Even for yourself, you want to go back, you want to be able to see, oh gosh, I forgot, where am I supposed to place this? I like following the company guide for placement. I've got one friend right now, he's putting X39, he puts 2 of them on his knee. Well, the company doesn't recommend to wear more than 1, and I know that some people put it directly on the places they want to help, and maybe that does work. I don't know if it's necessary though to put on 2, and I don't want to see people just waste money for no reason. But you know, who knows? I don't know. But I wanted to be able to share with you guys. You've got a lot of tools at your disposal, product education tools, you know, and like I said, a lot of this one here being I don't know if it's okay. That's a book type of booklet there that you could open up. And so there's so much information in your website itself that you can be learning from and getting the information you want as a distributor. to be able to share more, and not just as a distributor, but even as a consumer of the products yourself. So much information that you can get in there and find out about. And I don't want to go into everything by any chance, by no way as of right now. And by the way, we are planning 2 conferences coming up in the near future. You're going to be the first ones to know about this. One's going to be in Atlanta. The other one is going to be in Orlando, and they will be combination of geopolitical type things, but as well as going into the X39 products, the LifeWave products, etc. And that'll be something you can invite your friends to at the time if it's something that's close for you. I'm going to stop talking now and give it over to my wife for the questions, and then we will wrap up for tonight.
All right, we had 2 people with questions, so Jason, stay here with me. We won't be long. Ramona, can you ask question, and then Kim? Unmute yourself, please, because that way you can ask questions.
Oh, I can read lips. I'm just kidding. There's no picture, right? I think Ramona fell off the chart just now.
No, she's right there.
Okay, is she okay? I don't see her no more. That's what I was trying to manage, was that side here. Ramona, are you able to, did you get your microphone turned off? Let me. Okay, so I just sent a request to do it.
I'm also answering a bunch of chat stuff, so that's why I'm like busy, but
Okay.
Ramona, yes, just, I'm listening.
Kim, go, okay, Ramona, your mic is off. Go ahead.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I forgot to lower my hand from the previous question. So
Oh,
sorry.
Okay,
No
okay, no
problem.
problem.
Thank
Kim?
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, here's the question. Does the SP6 do the same thing as the X39 of balancing the hormones?
Well, the company, the first of all, the placement for SP6 is very different, and we know that they're using and their clinical studies were done on certain acupuncture points, and every single patch, especially the ones that are not activating stem cells, they work on different wavelength, different frequency of light. Okay, so they activate different types of chemicals and chemical reactions in your body. So some of them have benefits that, you know, kind of, how would I say that? Sorry, my English. Sometimes I'm feeling I'm losing my English language because I'm speaking to Slovaks about this product, but I'm trying to bring it to my country. But anyway, the SP6 is working on a different wavelength of light, and it's specific only for hormonal balance, sugar cravings, appetite control, and weight loss. Personal experience with SP6, I personally felt my hormonal rebalancing. I mean, but I'm very sensitive to light, to these patches and to energy that's entering me through these patches as far as the wavelength of light. That particular technology, maybe some people are not as sensitive, some are more than the others, but SP6 is definitely, I stopped using all bioidentical hormones. Even though they are bioidentical, and I feel more comfortable with bioidentical hormones, but I still recommend that when you are on bioidentical hormones, that you go check your hormones every 6 months, because you never know if you are doing the right dosages, and you know, you can kind of hurt yourself, and then you feel certain things. It can affect your emotions, your relationships, certainly. So what I am recommending here is, if you try SP6 and it truly balances you out, like my mood and my hormones feel great right now. And I am not on any bioidenticals. All I'm doing is SP6. So I'm excited about this because there is no product entering my body. There is no hormones entering my body. My own body is doing it.
Well, here's the
So-
thing. I went to see my doctor
Okay.
just yesterday. He does my bioidentical hormones. He's heard of X39 through somebody else, but he couldn't remember the guy's name. And I says, well, if you remember it, go underneath him. But if not, hey, remember us.
Absolutely.
And I says, I want you to do an experiment on me. I said, because I don't have ovaries. I had all my female organs taken out.
Okay.
And I said, so if this is supposed to balance my hormones, I want you to keep track of my husband and I for a year to see what happens,
Yeah.
and because we get tested every 3 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I went, because this information that I was reading on the X39, it does balance the hormones. So that's
Yes.
what was kind of throwing me off with the SP6. So, that's why I kind of wanted to know, but I've got this doctor interested, at least, So-
Yes. And Kim, I don't know, as far as you don't have ovaries, right? I have
yeah. So I don't know
have
if it would work.
ovaries. I have all
Yeah.
that. So I just needed balancing of hormones. So I don't know, but what you're doing is trying it out, testing it out, and doing your blood test. That's going to be great. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
try it that way, because I think it's safer if your body can rebalance itself. It's safer than doing any kind of hormones.
Yeah.
But I sent Stephen video. It's by Dr. Khan or Khan, or I don't know how to say her name. I say Khan. And she's addressing SP6 specifically with Aeon together, and how to help women with menopause.
You ready?
So I don't know if we have time. I don't know how
It's-
long Jason
I
can
think
sit
it's a
around
very
here.
short
everybody.
video. It's 4 minutes. And listen, we could conclude with this. But while this is playing, if anybody else has any more questions.
Yes, if you
we
have
could-
questions,
we could
I'm in a
answer
chat.
Yeah. So here we go.
Somebody wants to watch the video, so go ahead.
Hey, it's Dr. Karen here, and today is video day.
Voice, loudness, volume.
I'm working.
If you happen to be suffering,
Hang on. Got it. Okay, here we go.
from hot flashes, or you're sweaty at night, and talking to the women here, due to menopausal symptoms. So there's a really quick protocol you can try that works on about 85% of women. There are some other protocols as well, for sure, and Dr. Dennis Lobstein and I have done an interview on that on my radio show, and you can find that at patchtrainingteam.com. You just click on the blog, and then you just type in the search for hot flashes for the complex protocols. But this one is fairly simple and works on most people, so you might as well try it, right? So the 2 patches you're going to need are 2 of the patches that actually really helps to balance hormones. Now, there are more than these 2 that do that, but today we're going to be talking about the Aeon patch. This is the one that helps to balance cortisol levels. And for those of you that are savvy, you know that has to do with stress, right? So the Aeon patches help with stress and inflammation. It helps to balance cortisol. And this one, Spleen 6, SP6 complete patch. This one originally is for appetite control and for decreasing. You know what? I just realized that I don't know if you guys can hear me. Well, I'll just read this if you can't hear me. Okay, so this one is really, really great to help balance the hypothalamus, and we have found it really helpful for the symptom of hot flashes. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 1 patch of each. So you're going to take the Aeon patch, and you're going to do a brain balancing point. Now, the one we commonly use because it's easy to adhere to is the back of the ear. So that is triple burner 17. Right back here. Okay, so you're going to put 1 patch there, and that's the Aeon. Then you're going to take the other patch, the SP6 complete, and you're going to put it on spleen 6 on the left side. So Aeon's on the right, spleen 6 on the left with the SP6, and I'm going to actually show you where you can find that. So I'm going to show you the correct one, which is the left side. The left side, Spleen 6 is 4 finger widths up from the medial malleolus, and it's right behind the tibia. And just poke around there. If you find a sore spot, that's it. Now this one is the right-hand side, but we're actually going to be using with SP6 Complete the left one. But I just wanted to show you another picture, just again, so you know how to find this point on yourself. So you have a spleen 6 on the left and the right. This happens to be the right-hand side, even though we're using the left. But I just want to show you where the X is the top of the top of the medial malleolus, and then the SP6 point on the back here is 4 finger width up, just behind the tibia. So if you go on the edge of the bone, you just go right behind it, poke around there. If that's a sore spot, then that's where you put it. So that's it. Eon behind the right ear, SP6 Complete on the left ankle, and that is your hot flash symptom protocol. So yeah, so if you are watching this as a replay, you can type replay below so I know who's watching this. And if you are watching it live, please comment below as well. And just say, just let me know if this has been helpful. Feel free to share this.
Stop it now because it's only about commenting now.
Okay. And one other,
Listen, one question came up whether X39 is important when you wear SP6. All I want to tell you that I would always have X39. I call it a master patch because X39 is activating your own stem cells. So SP6 does not activate your stem cells. Aeon does not activate your stem cells. I said that they work on different wavelength of light, and they produce different chemicals in your body than X39. X39 is like a master patch, and I use all these others on top of X39. X39 is like no-brainer for me, no questions asked. In the morning, I get up, put it on, take it off after 12 hours before going to bed. So that's just how I do X39, because I want to not only age gracefully, or actually I don't even want to age. I want to I want my stem cells in my body to keep repairing the damages. Okay. So I would never leave out X39. And if it was only one patch that I ever wear, and if I had to wear only one, if somebody told me you can only wear one, I would wear X39. Anyway.
let's just quickly, we'll take any last questions we might have. This is the Facebook page, by the way. If you want to join, we're always uploading new information on the products. Benoon X39, the life wave. You can join, and we constantly load up testimonies, information there. We're doing that on a regular basis, and we monitor that at least once a day. The other channel as well, just for your memory to know this, and that is our YouTube channel, Benoon X39. And just like, for example, this particular Zoom will also be there. And then Yana and I also will be creating more videos about products, etc., whatever the case may be. There it is right there, Benoon X39. And we published the videos there to be able for you to share with your friends as well. So any other last questions?
Yeah.
I have a question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't see the hand on my icon. I can't find the hand to raise.
I'm
Anyway,
trying to close down some
I
stuff.
joined late and I put it in the text message in the chat, but I didn't get a reply except someone was telling me go back and it could be in your head. And I'm just like, good God, I hate to even mention I'm a type 1 diabetic since age 2, because I'm always getting people, telling me to drink lizard juice, whatever. But I've had it 59 years. I've really spoken to the top-notch alternative physicians. I've been around electronic frequency medicine since the late 80s, early 90s. I've had real miracles with it. Equiscope, Accuscope, MyoPulse in particular. But I'm just wondering, do you have any experience with long-standing type 1 diabetics, insulin dependent since the age of 2? Okay, I'm 61. It's a miracle I'm alive, and that I've survived the insurance industry more than anything, But that said, do you have any experience with the patches regarding type 1 diabetes, long-standing insulin dependent?
Hey, Jason, can you speak on diabetes? I have type 2 diabetes testimonies. How about type 1? Did you ever hear any testimony?
You know, I've heard of some testimonies, and I've recently asked about those because I've got so many on type 2 that I mean it's almost a no-brainer for type 2 diabetics to put the X39 on, including my own, technically, right? And so that'll probably be one that we have to get back around on the type 1 diabetic, because I recently actually put a question about those specifically in even the last 3 days. So we'll need to get back on that. I can tell you that it's had such a significant impact on my blood sugar. I've watched my blood sugar personally go from a 9.6 on the A1C down to the low sixes in about a month. And I know type 2 is different than type 1, but blood sugar is also blood sugar. So I would imagine that we do have testimonials. I just don't personally have one to share right
Oh,
now.
I've spoken with some of the top naturopathic physicians, and I have a good friend that's an MD, PhD, and no one that I've ever spoken with or met with has ever had any solution, because there's a separatist movement with type 1 and type 2 diabetics. Many times type 2 diabetics are hypothyroid, and that could be what's helping you with the patch as well. And the whole TSH lab testing is very difficult. You really need a good clinical exam with time and a physician that knows your family history. But that said, thank you for your honest reply. And Yana, I will, if I could text you, Yana, and maybe if we could get together, Jason and I, because I've been bankrupted due to this entire thing. It's like I feel like it's a eugenics. It's a eugenics. I don't feel like it. I know what's happening right now, the denial of care. It is a miracle that I've survived this nightmare of this health quote care industry in this country. So anyhow, I just thought I would ask, and thank you for your reply, your honest reply.
We
Thank
are,
you.
we
You're
are
welcome.
looking into this as well. My grandson just got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Are
And
you joking me? Oh my God, they're
right.
everywhere now. Yeah.
So we're also looking for this information. And let me ask you this: are you using the X39 patch already, or are you just still looking for trying to find answers before starting?
Yeah, absolutely. I have been bankrupted because of this. I've been written up in the Financial Times in England. I've had an international press coverage due to basically I had I had someone at a, let's say, elite medical school in a meeting tell me, well, you need to get, a doctor said, well, you need to get married. And I said, excuse me, I need to get married because I can't afford healthcare in America. And then they did apologize. Okay, they did apologize. But no, yeah, it's just the abandonment and the forsakenness and the second class citizen treatment I have gotten. I mean, I don't know. I didn't treat people like that even before I was a Christian. Do you hear me? It's so pathetic that just assuming I'm dumb or fat or lazy. It's just disgusting. And I have some compassion for type 2 diabetics, because I can only imagine if I was overweight, how the mistreatment would be. I bet double. You see what I mean? It's awful. But
Right.
I was
We
actually accepted into Dr. Denise Faustman's research study, faustmanlab.org, Faustman. And she reversed type 1 diabetes in mice using BCG with no rejection drugs. And she could not find funding. That's why I moved to Boston. But I listened to you on John's show, Steve, and it's off topic, but what if you wanted to give someone a Bible, what Bible do you recommend?
Okay, okay. Can we talk about this when you text me and we can arrange a
Yes.
call, sister? Okay,
Yes.
because this is like people are here a long time. And also, if you are from John's show, if you do sign up for X39, please make sure you sign up under John Moore.
and one
Okay.
thing, let me just quickly share with you as well. We've lost 2 friends to type 1 diabetes, so we're definitely very mindful of how serious this is. And you're right, 61 years old. God bless your heart for being able to
I'm a
be
miracle. It is a
Yes, it
miracle
is.
that I'm alive. And I have that in writing, mass eye and ear, infirmary. I'm a miracle. I have near perfect retina
Right.
function. I've never had laser in my retinas. I have perfect kidneys, perfect retinas. but I cannot afford the healthcare in this country. So that's the biggest problem I've ever faced.
Okay. Well, we are searching as we speak on this now too. So if we find any testimony out there, you know, or if we can find any of the science, I know that it was done for neuropathy with diabetics, very successfully.
Steve,
but
I
don't-
have to
I don't know.
go. I'm so sorry. I love you all, but I really have to go because I got another show to go to. Sorry.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay.
So anyway, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for being here tonight. We appreciate you tremendously. And this will